Alright, this is my review of the 1/16 scale Traxxas slash brush. This truck I bought used from a guy on the Traxxas forums, and I bought two of them. He's selling both of them at the same time. And so I'm going to go ahead and do the review. Even though I did not buy these new, it operates the exact same. It was very clean. The guy who bought it definitely took very good care of them. And so, here we go. I've got the Jerry Welcher body and the Rick Huseman FabTech body. Both of those bodies. And now I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick, size comparison wise, compared to my 1/10 scale slash. So, go ahead and set this slash like that, and then we set this slash like that. So right there you can already see that there is definitely a very large size difference between those. The small slash is, however, 4-wheel drive. This is my 2-wheel drive slash back here. And if you have the brush slash and you have the brushed version of this, you're going to be going, this one's going to go a little faster, but they're very close in speed. I was really surprised at how fast this goes even brushed. So I'm going to get this one out of the way now. So this has got the Titan 380 motor. I think they're shipping them now with the Titan 550 motor. I know the e-Revo comes with the 550, but I think the Mini Slash comes with the 552. I'm not positive. I will check. It also comes with the XL 2.5 speed controller. It is the mini version of the XL5, which is what's on the brushed 2-wheel drive slash. You can get this brushless as well with the VXL 3M. 1/10 scale has the VXL 3S. And you can get the Valenian 380 motor, which is the brushless motor. Same exact size as this. One thing I will note with this is that I'm actually thinking that because this is the 380 motor, again, I have to check on this, the motor plate on here for the 550 size is bigger to allow for the bigger motor, but I think you can take, if you get this with the 380 motor in it, you can go ahead and drop your brushless 380 motor right in there because it should be the same size. But I'm not positive. I will check on that. Just like it's based off the e-Revo chassis design, and so it's got the battery compartments right here, and they hold the battery. Comes with one Traxxas power cell battery, Series 1. It is a 6-cell nickel metal hydride, and it sits right in here. And then there's this little gap right there, and your wire sticks out through that, like so. And then it clips on, both clips. I can get that one to clip on, there we go. Alright, looking down on the top, you can see this one is slightly different from this one. Two things that you're going to see right off the bat, or you should see. This one's got no heatsink on the motor. This heatsink is technically designed to go on the brushless motor, so it is just a tad bit loose on this motor. Here's the other heatsink, but it does fit on there and it does work. It takes some heat away from the motor. Other thing you should notice is that this one's got the really long antenna and this one does not. This one actually came with an upgraded radio system because I bought it from the guy used. However, when you buy it new, it comes with the Traxxas TQ 27 megahertz AM radio system, which is the channeled one. It's not the 2.4 gigahertz. This is the one it came with, which is not the short antenna. It's got the really, really long, antenna that goes out for miles. So let's see. Here we go. Whee! There you go. So, that's kind of annoying, wasn't it? So, on here, you've got the four-wheel drive system, which I really like. This is the first four-wheel drive vehicle I've actually ever had. Actually, I had another one that was my grandparents got it for me from Radio Shack. It was a Propulse Pro T 100 four-wheel drive 1/18th scale. But I didn't realize it was hobby grade, and so I broke it once and said, oh well, I'm done. But the Slash is also definitely hobby grade. So you can get lots and lots of replacement parts, such as your A-arms. You can get those, and also just like there's wheels, tires, all that. The Slash does not have quite as many aftermarket parts as the e-Revo, just because it's not quite as popular a truck. But I really like the way it looks. I've always liked the way short course trucks looked. The wheelbase is not as wide as an e-Revo. An e-Revo's wheelbase, it's going to have, if this is the center of the chassis, the wheels are going to be out here and out here-ish. It's going to be much wider. So the e-Revo is going to be a little bit more stable. But the wheels are not inside the body. Like this body covers up the wheels, pretty much, which is kind of nice. And most personal preference, but it is narrower wheelbase. It does have pivot ball suspension geometry in here. So you've only got that one part there. You don't have multiple parts in there like the two-wheel drive Slash does. One thing that is kind of annoying is you can see I'm turning these wheels, and you just now heard the servo. The servo, when you do that, when you get it all the way up there, let me see. There you go. When you get it all the way up like that, here's where it likes to be normally. It likes to be like that normally, okay? With those two, you can only really see the two dots there. It comes off the servo itself like that, and it's got a bar here, and then it goes into the steering geometry in there. But when you turn it up like that, this creates a straight line all the way, and it doesn't like to come back on its own, so you have to kind of mess with it a little bit. That is kind of slightly annoying, but really you shouldn't have that problem. It only comes with one servo, however you can put two in there. Second one will go right here. It does have the inboard suspension instead of the regular on the 1/10 scale vertical suspension, and that's just something that the e-Revo chassis has. The front bumper is kind of weird. If you notice, it's only anchored on right here, and so when you bump something, it does fold all the way up, and that's quite strange. And it takes some getting used to realizing that it's not broken. That's just what it's supposed to be. And the back, you've got your rear bumper, and as you can see, here's the back of the truck, and it extends way far out from the back of the trunk. Body mounts are right here and right up here. One thing that I have noticed that a lot of people have complained about is that these red parts back here, which are your links and your push rods, they are all plastic, and some people absolutely hate that, and it drives them crazy. Personally, I haven't had a problem with it. Yes, they do flex, but on the Slash, because they're not as long, because of the narrower wheelbase, as you can imagine, these are going to be, instead of this long, they're going to be that long for the e-Revo. They don't have as much give, so they're really not as much of a problem for me. I haven't had anything break. I drove the truck for, I've had it for like 2 months now. I've driven it for about 3 weeks, and then my motor died. But I'm going to blame that. I never let it get ridiculously hot, so I'm going to blame that on the fact that it's used, and it was a year old when I got it. There are no upgraded parts on this, so if you're like, oh, he bought it used, there are no upgraded parts on here at all. And so this is a great truck. I highly recommend it. One other thing I've heard from people saying is that it's really hard to work on. It's not that hard to work on, really. I didn't have the manual here, and I managed to. I heard a weird clicking noise as it was rolling, and turns out it was the motor, but I didn't know what it was, and I managed to myself, never operating on the truck before, after having it for 2 days. I managed to completely take the motor, the gearbox out, open up this bottom part here, take everything out from there, and check it and clean it and all that stuff. check all this stuff and everything inside there. So it's really not that hard to work on. So for durability wise, it's incredibly durable. Went off jumps and landed on like that, and landed like that. It holds up really well. It's really strong. It's decently fast for being brush. I wouldn't say it's wow, that's fast for brush, but it's quite fast, which I was really surprised at. It handles really well. It does not pull wheelies, but it's still a lot of fun. Great truck to have, and it's really cheap for what it is. It's really cheap. I'm really happy. I'm surprised with that. So that's it for my review. Comment, rate, subscribe. If you got any questions, just send me a comment below, and I'll respond. Thanks.